Hello guys, Silk here, back at it in another jet, and today I have a special game. I've only had 2, maybe 3 of these kind of games in my entire time playing Battlefield. That's many years, at least in the jets. This is 129-0 in under 24 minutes. If we crunch the numbers on that, that's about 5.5 kills every single minute. I mean, that in a jet is incredibly hard to do. That over 129 kills is something I've only done once or twice. So this game I thought would be perfect to actually do an informative style video where I try and explain why I'm doing things, why things work. And as a lot of you guys have been asking for that, I thought it'd be a perfect opportunity as this game is firmly in the masterclass category. Anyways, start of the game, what I'm doing already is going for my counters. I've just killed both jets. Now I'm looking for the AA. He's peppered me a lot and he's shown himself on the map, so I know exactly where he is. I'd also noticed that the attack Kelly is fighting my attack Kelly, and Battlefield is a game of resource management. If you can take care of your teammates, they will take care of you. So I'm going to kill their attack helicopter first. The AA is not going anywhere, and I still see the AA on the big map here. So I've got another strafe lined up for him. Just going to turn it around and I should be able to get straight on this enemy AA. And knowing that our friendly attack Kelly is up, there's a good chance that he would have been going for the AA too. So it just shows if you take care of your teammates, they're going to help you. Once again, my friendly Wildcat's getting fought by a tank. I'm going to take out the tank that's going for him before going for anyone else. Now looking at the map again, I see another Wildcat. Going to be going for this now. It gets killed. And there's a Ram that just happens to be in the wrong place at the wrong time. So I'll be taking him out as well. At this point, I've killed all of my threats. Now I just get to go and look for something to kill. That could be infantry. That could also be this MAV. I'm going for transport vehicles a lot because they tend to have big kill feeds. And there you go. That's a big kill feed right there. Now, all the vehicles are pretty much dead. It's time to go for some infantry. I do notice that the Crawford on this roof is shooting at me, so I'm going to kill him. It's a free kill. 2 guys there. 1 more there. With the cannons, I'm always trying to shoot just enough and then switch into the next target. So often I'm switching targets before the first one's dead. Popping my flares as late as possible so I get as much time with flares covering me to go kill those next targets. To become a good, effective, aggressive jet pilot, that's a practice that you're going to have to get very familiar with. Now I'm just flying around to get my flares back. I notice there's an enemy jet up, but the enemy spawn on that roof in front of me and they also have A2. I'm not going to dogfight in front of them without flares. As my flares come up, I time it so I'll have them ready if I need them. And I'm going to fly away, trying to get out the stinger range. Just managed to get out of it, and we're going to go clean these guys up. And as I'm strafing here, I'm already thinking about my exit. My thoughts are always on the exit as I'm strafing, and I know I can get down here very fast. Put the nose down, pick up a bit more airspeed, get to cover, and notice there's another jet. Critically here, I turn my jet around as soon as I notice a target behind me. A lot of people will wait until it's too late. You do not want to do that. You want to turn around as soon as you can and give yourself a chance at an equal merge. It's also harder to hit shots at a longer range, so do your turning as far away from the enemy jet as you can. This guy just overshoots me. I put a bit of brakes on. Simple enough. Switch targets to the transport heli here because he was hovering so nicely. When transport helis hover like that, they can die very fast. If they evade you, they can die a lot slower, so definitely take advantage of that where you can. Now I'm going back into a kind of target killing mode, so I've killed enough infantry where I know that the threats are going to be spawning, so that means a Wildcat, that means those 2 jets there. I just need to clear out some vehicles. While my flares are going though, I may as well get a few kills on the way out. Again, that's something I do very well in this game. I always use my flares to their maximum effectiveness. Many pilots who fly a lot more passively will pop their flares and fly away straight away. And while in a very heated lobby, you can do that and it can be good. If you're in a lobby like this, or most lobbies, you can get away with just going back in for another strafe and then using cover. A very near RPG attempt there, and I noticed there's some Wildcats up. That is my next target. Notice the second Wildcat hasn't looked at me yet. I might as well try to get 50 damage on him. Best case scenario, he pops APS there if he has it. Now I'm just going to repair again, get my flares back, and I'm going to go back in. Definitely not going to strafe that without flares though. I'm his sole threat right now. He needs to be going for me, so I'm just keeping tabs on his location, getting ready to strafe him. Notice he's tucked into this building here. Kind of pre-aiming the location. Don't see it. And because my Nightbird's flying around there, I take a guess that he is not alive anymore. Once again, using my flares, but there's no reason to run away. I have cover nearby. Might as well get some value out of them. And I get an APS pop, which is worth it. Now I'm just keeping tabs on the target that I've just popped the APS of. It's a very short window between APS recharges, so you do want to kill that vehicle before it gets it again. So I'm absolutely going to do that here. And it pays off nicely. Another jet behind me. I kind of slacked a little bit to let him get behind me, but I'm quite confident defending in this jet. The Su-25 and the Ace-10 have very, very nice flight model. You can beat anything in a dogfight, as long as you have good speed control. Once again, Wildcats are dead, Jets are dead. Now I get to strafe whatever I want. So I'm going to kill this tank. It's fighting a friendly vehicle. Remember, resource management. Keep your teammates alive, they'll keep you alive. So I actually play this game like a team player for the most part. I get a lot of infantry kills, but I kill a lot of enemy vehicles. And I believe that really contributes to having such a nice, easy lobby, because my teammates are taking care of them just as much as I am. Now I get to shoot whatever I want. I'm going to be going for some infantry here. Switching off target before they die is pretty common practice. I get very greedy there. Don't notice that he has his full thrust mode on. And he's actually able to get a nice merge with me there. Most Condor parts won't get that far. Either way, I notice he's pretty decent. I'm going to kill him. This stage, I'm looking for infantry kill. I do notice that the Draugr is on my minimap here, so I'm just going to let him overshoot me, hopefully, and then turn back into him when he's passed. I just can't spot him yet. There he is. Once again, taking care of the air targets first, then taking care of the AAs, and then I get to kill whatever I want. This infantry's traces really gave him away there. And same with that guy there, had some pretty prominent traces, and the other jet's up. Again, take away the air targets and you're going to be fine. And the rationale there is actually really straightforward. You can run from pretty much everything in the game in a jet, but you cannot run from an enemy jet. If an enemy jet gets behind you and they get a mobility hit especially, they're probably going to kill you. So you're really, really best served to at least take an even dogfight, if not an advantageous one. Now I do notice that the AA is up. I was trying to get an infantry kill out of his range real quick, just a cheeky one. Not going to get that. My flares are up. I may as well use them to get the AA. Still have a second or two left on flares. Going to try to get this guy as well. I know where my cover is, of course. This map has plenty of it. I'm going to get away. And an additional benefit to really maxing out your flare usage, as in your uptime while you're flaring, is that by the time you turn back around after having that bonus strafe, you're probably going to almost have another set of flares. And as the enemy team, you're going to feel like the jet is always around. Because it really is. I have very little downtime despite a 15-second flare cooldown. And they do lock me this game. They do use the stingers, they don't use the one-shots very well. In Battlefield 2042, it's really a game of one-shots. Most of my jet deaths are to one-shot kill weapons. Gonna clear out the tanks where I can. And now everything's dead, both jets, both AAs. It's time to kill some infantry. I'm always using the third-person zoom cam, by the way, because it gives more zoom than the first-person zoom. It's not really right, but that's how it is in this game, and that's the best way to play the jet. I notice this heli is hovering. Helis never hover like that, so I'm going to take my short chance to kill him. Notice a few jets on my radar. I'm being locked. I'm going to fly away. I don't want to engage in a dogfight in front of their spawn if I can avoid it. I do spot a Condor between the buildings there. That is always a free kill that I can get from a very long distance. So I am definitely scoping that out. Just going to get this guy real quick. Cheeky war crime. We love war crimes on the Silk channel. In-game. And the jet is now presenting himself beautifully. I'm not going to nose down into him there. I'm just having such a good game, I don't want to ram him. If I was having a pretty bad game or I was desperate, I would definitely go for the shots there, but I know that I can win this dogfight, and it's not in the worst spot to take it. Have plenty of cover on the left here if I need it. My friendly jet's pretty competent as well. He's closing angles nicely, but one angle is really all it takes with the frog foot. There was a Draugr, he's dead, the other jet's dead, so I go for some infantry. Wildcat does spawn in and starts damaging me a bunch, so I'm going to take a little bit of time off. Now coming up here is probably my most noticeable misplay of this entire game, which is quite a small one, but rather than really solo targeting the Wildcat as I should, and doing my job, I decided to go for a little bit of farming, which is quite a typical Silk action. So I get a little bit of infantry there, and here, I do not know why I target this Brawler. He was easy, he was out in the open, but I really should have used that strafe on the Wildcat. It's definitely a situation where I got lucky because the Wildcat was not good. If the Wildcat was a good player, I think he would have killed me there. So I end up getting to re-strafe him here. And in that situation, he's got no APS. He's going to die very, very quickly. No cover, no APS, and no deal. Now I've just got my flares on cooldown. I may as well get some kills on the way out, so do sneak a couple more in. In this game, I really am just getting the absolute most out of every single flare usage, and that is probably why I got so many kills despite being locked on most of my strafes. Got 2 more infantry in the field right here. Pretty easy kills. With these HE rounds, you do want to be as centered on them as you can be. Even though they are explosive, they're very, very effective if you're aiming close to them. If you're relying on the splash damage too much, it's going to be a very slow kill. Waiting as late as I can. The missile just whizzes past me because I had my flares up. And once again, getting the most possible out of my flares. 2 more missiles coming for me, but I already know my exit. So that is just aggressive piloting 101. It's something that I've done in Battlefield games for years now, and it still works in this game. And I bet it's going to work in Battlefield 6 as well. Another question I always get is regarding jet controls. I use A and D for my yaw. It's not on the mouse like I have on the heli. So it is really just like smooth taps of the A and D keys to get the aim on target. Rifle aim or mouse yaw is definitely better for farming, but if you're interested in dogfighting at all, I would say you get an advantage out of using the default control scheme. I also have videos on Battlefield 2042 settings. I haven't changed my settings at all since those videos are published, so you can go and have a look at those. I happen to be in the right place at the right time with this Wildcat. He's shooting at an enemy target, or his enemy target, and I'm behind him, so this really couldn't be much better. As I said before, if you're not hitting actually on the target with these explosive rounds, they're not going to do much, and that target right there really shows that well. Got 2 enemy jets up, but no flares, so I'm just staying near them, staying in radar distance, and getting ready to dogfight. This guy's going for my friendly. My friendly's stalled out here. I'm surprised he didn't die. Either way, gonna get on him really quickly. And I do see the F-35 out in the distance. But, again, in Silk fashion, I go for the hovering Condor. That was the right farming move, probably not the right fundamental move. Either way, this jet didn't seem like he was very good, so I was happy to let him do his thing for a second there. But once again, if I was playing a very, very high skill lobby, I would probably kill the jet first. Now I've killed a Wildcat, I've killed 2 jets. The worst thing that could happen is a Wildcat could spawn, and I see a lot of infantry, so I'm willing to go do some strafing. Trying to get the most out of my flares here. The best thing I can do is check this angle here, but I have to be ready to dodge using this building, which I am. Missile comes in, building to dodge, it's no worries. And once again, probably only got 5 seconds left on this flare cooldown, so by the time you turn around, it's pretty much over. Ended up shooting the wrong target there. Probably should have shot Stinger first, but I thought the guy I was shooting was the Stinger guy. It just looked like it, but it wasn't, so I'm gonna come back in. I also forgot to pop flares there. I didn't think I had them yet, so I ended up just keeping my flares and using my repair, which hasn't actually worked out that bad because I get one more strafe there and another kill. Wildcat is up now though, so I'm gonna take it easy for a second. Don't want to go fight him on 46 health. Even a bad Wildcat player will kill you with that. So spamming my repair key, you can hear me pressing the G key as fast as I can. I'm not sure if I have enough health to contest a Wildcat head-on yet, so I'm just going to see if I can get some cheeky infantry kills before my health comes back up. Flying away from the Wildcat like this is pretty much likely to have me be fine, so I just keep an eye on the enemy spawn, get a couple more infantry kills, and now there's another jet up, so I've got a few targets here that I can choose from. Finally noticed this enemy tank is actually in a killable spot. He was really hard to kill before, so I'm going to take my chance on him. And unfortunately, by not going for the jet there, I think the enemy jet is going to kill my Draugr. He's on his 6 right now. It's not looking good for him, but I'm going to come in and try to save him. A better jet would have finished off the Draugr there, but he didn't, so managed to save my teammate's life. And we're just going to go get some infantry near my spawn. I was expecting more than one kill there, but I'll take it, I guess. Since the missile's so far away, I'm going to dodge it. Using building to dodge is always really, really nice. And now I'm going to come back around for this Wildcat who shot the missile in the first place. Hit 43 damage. He would have popped APS there if he had it, I think. So I'm going to get a close range strafe in now. Going to fly around this building. He's going to be waiting there. He's not going to reposition because he's not very experienced. And lights out for that guy. On the way out here, I may as well check some common spots. Didn't find anything, but often I would. Flaring as late as possible, and I know there's infantry on this flag. It's just a matter of finding them. Get the one there. And this is the building that I tend to exit from on that angle. The reason why I exit to this side, not the other, when I can, is it's more close to my team spawn. Exiting to their spawn can be a risky strategy, especially on a map like Kaleidoscope where you have 3 potential enemy jets. Don't want to get caught there with your pants down. Again, while aiming this cannon, always use that target prediction crosshair, that little blue crosshair that I have. You want to turn that on in the crosshair settings if you don't have it on. I use the plus, and I think it's easy to aim with. But you just need to use that crosshair. Whatever settings you use for it, just use it. Helps a lot. Now that feels like a Wildcat, and his aim is very good. I noticed my pitch up felt less responsive, so I flip upside down, do pitch down. Just managed to dodge the building there, and that is what a good Wildcat feels like. They can do a lot of damage very quickly. So now I'm just going to loop around a little bit, get my health back, and we'll be back at it. Now that Wildcat has pushed up a lot closer. He's probably feeling quite brave after hitting me for so much damage. But what he's doing is exactly playing into my hands here. So I'm going to go have a look for him. We'll try to get the Wildcat kill before I dogfight the jet. But I don't feel confident diving on that kind of angle. I could have used the building to dodge there. That's another slight misplay actually. And now I'm in a 2v1 right now. So my goal is to get rid of the fighter jet first. Not to hit the building though, so we're going to roll out of that. This fighter jet doesn't know how to use his afterburner, so he dies very quickly. Bra moment top 10. Nice try. And now it's just the Draugr up and another fighter jet out in the distance, so I'm going to go for some infantry kills. Feel comfortable enough doing this right now. I see the fighter jet coming in. Merge as quickly as possible. Do not waste any more time trying to merge with them. Just get your jet turned towards them. And I start dogfighting him. But I'm scissoring towards my buildings so I can dodge a missile if need be. Now we've got a pretty much even fight and we're near cover, so I'm happy to take it. Just going to get on 6 here. That move is called a high yo-yo. It's where you come up a little bit before coming back down. You like open the loop up and then cut back down inwards, but he countered it by turning the other way. It is a very useful move though. It should be second nature if you see someone looping against you. Just roll the jet upwards and then back down. So cut outwards and then back in. Now this Wildcat is playing the bridge. He's playing quite smart actually. It's a good way to play the Wildcat. This is the guy who beamed me, I think. So I'm going to play hard to get here. It's a strategy that I like to employ with AA players where I'll kill the rest of their team and they eventually get too horny to resist and they start trying to come towards me. So as sus as that sounds, that's a good strategy in Battlefield, and right on cue, this Wildcat exposes himself to my side of the map. As soon as he does that, I'm getting the hell out. I'm going for this Wildcat now. Kill him instead. And that is how you play hard to get in the jet, and that is something that I've been doing for over 5 years now against AA players, and it always works. I'm gonna kill the Draugr here while I can. Just by that AA exposing himself as well, he's going to be under heat from the teammates, so I'm happy to come back in here as long as my airspeed is pretty good. That tank is just on such low health, I get pretty lucky to kill him there. Things are just working well this game. I tried to use the building to dodge those missiles there, but they were actually coming at angles where if I was to try that, both missiles would have hit and killed me, so got quite lucky to pop my flares there and catch it out. Always use your rear cam to watch missiles. That's really, really good advice. You'll learn how to dodge them, you'll learn how they fly, and you'll learn when you need your flares and when you don't. I've made a line here, so it was infantry, infantry, and then a Wildcat this way. But the Wildcat doesn't peek, so I'm going to go back for the infantry. Again, I'm kind of playing hard to get with this Wildcat. If he was in his spawn, I'd probably go for him. But because he's in the action right now, there's a good chance my teammates will do the job for me. I'm going to use 2 buildings of cover here just to make sure that doesn't hit. Got 2 jets up, but I don't know where they went. See one flying around. I can probably kill the infantry and then go for the jet. So we got a quick 3-piece here. But the jet switches sides to the other side of the map again, so I don't get to kill him at the end of that strafe. I'm just going to use my side of the map for cover here. If I was really on it there, I probably could have done an aggressive like double strafe, but it is a very risky move when you have an enemy jet up because they often have heat seekers. Right here, I've got the Mav as a backup target. End up finding a Bradley instead. And I managed to flick off him and get an infantry. Once again, Mav is there if I need it, but I would rather kill some infantry because they just tend to die a bit faster. Happen to notice an AA just spawns in and starts shooting, so gonna go into first person to make sure I don't hit the building, get the AA, get the infantry, head out. Now with AA's dead, jet's dead, and a lot of infantry on this flag, I only have one job to do, and that is farm the infantry. If I had just a bit more time, it would have been 130 and 0 because I would have killed that guy. But there it is, 129 and 0 in under 24 minutes. One of my best jet games ever, and probably one of the better Frogfoot games that's went down in Battlefield 2042. So, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you all learned something because I tried to explain a lot of things that I do and the way that I like to fly in Battlefield. Anyways, if you liked the video, like it. If you disliked it, dislike it. Reminder, I've got a giveaway going on right now for 3 copies of Battlefield 6. Please subscribe if you enjoyed the content, and I'll see you all on the next one. Peace.